everybody. It's a Dead Time Radio show with your hosts, Billy and Dawn.
Hiya.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi.
So, what's new?
Nothing really. Just chilling.
Chilling
today,
like a mega villain?
Like a mega villain.
We'll
like
get to that
super
later.
Villain.
We'll get to that later. Let's not give it away, shall we? Hey, it's a Dead Time Radio program. Everybody's favorite program about the weirdest shit in the world. Scary stuff, cool stuff, unsolved stuff, galactic stuff.
Hey, yeah, we want to thank you guys for listening. We have about 1,000 downloads, so y'all keep listening. And
we're getting there.
I said about, so yeah, that
we're
means almost
880 right now, I believe.
So tell at least one or two of your friends about our show. So that we can get more listeners and get more people listening. I think that's pretty cool. Spread the word.
I think it's pretty cool that we have, since December, 880 downloads of all of our shows.
Yeah, dude.
And we're almost done with 2 seasons.
This is the 12th episode.
This is the 11th episode. 12th episode.
No, dude, it's 12.
Oh my
you just
God,
typed in 12.
I'm losing my mind.
You just lost one.
Yeah, I did.
You're one brick short of a load today. You're one episode short of a season.
Yes. Isn't that the norm for me, though?
Yes, that's why I love you.
So if you want to send us stories or feedback, or just tell us that we suck balls or whatever.
And then we'll compare balls.
If you want to tongue punch someone's fart box.
No, don't. We don't want to hear those stories.
Send us an email at thedeadtimeradio@gmail.com and we will read your emails.
Yeah.
And we may even read it on the air if it's really good.
And if you don't want us to read it, make sure you write that in there, because there are some that say,
exactly.
This is just for you guys. You know, we love you. Don't read this on the air. We will respect your wishes. So please send us.
Ladies, if you like the sound of my voice, leave your phone number and your address, and maybe I'll call.
Don't do it.
Okay, so tonight's episode is awesome, cool stuff. One of my favorite things to talk about, because I used to ask a question all the time, and I'm going to ask you tonight, Dawn, before we get into this. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? And why?
Invisibility, I think.
Why invisibility?
Well, because I'm a nerd and I'm a watcher, and I like to gather information just by watching other people, how they act or what they wear. Like when I worked at Disney, I would watch people that were walking around in fucking high heels.
Dawn, that's creepy.
That's why I said I want to be invisible. Don't judge my superpower that I chose.
So Dawn's superpower is to be the ultimate peeping Tom.
Yes. You said no judge. This is a judge-free zone here.
I'm not judging you.
You were judging me. That was a judgy tone.
I was just
okay, people. Please send in the deadtimeradio@gmail.com. That was total judgy.
That was not judgy. I was just axing. Well, mine's even better, so, or even creepier, I should say.
Okay, give it.
Mind control.
So what? Whose mind would you control?
Hey, baby, you know you like what you see.
But then they wouldn't be their own person, because you don't know if you're mind controlling or not.
I would. It would be more like mind suggestion then, that I would suggest that they come home with me. Be like, you know, I make.
But then what if you don't like them?
I make a really good beef broth.
Like when I was watching a show and Billy goes, "Oh my God, her voice! I couldn't handle it." Yes. So you don't know, something might annoy you, and then you'll.
So I would need multiple superpowers.
You would need
to get it all to work.
To balance.
Properly, to balance.
So mine's invisibility, yours is mind control.
Yeah, I think mind control would be cool, because you could walk into a bank and go, you know, I want to make a withdrawal. And they'd be like, well, how much would you like to withdraw? $50 million. Well, sir, you don't have an account here. That's not what I said, is it? I said I wanted to make a withdrawal.
You asked me what I wanted to withdraw.
That's right. And then they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. Here you go. Here's your $50 million. They're like, can I have your phone number too?
Put that in the back.
Right. Put the phone number in the back too.
And then the police would be watching the phone, because you would totally call.
Would you like to take a trip to Uzbekistan with me?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a country, Dawn. It's a country
I'm horrible with geography.
Asia.
We've went through this.
It's over near Kazakhstan. You know where that is?
No. It's
Do you know where Afghanistan is?
It's beside Walmart stand.
Yeah. It's right next to
Costco.
It's right next to Target.
Target stand.
Target stand.
So we're talking about a stand today.
A stand.
See how the
segued in? Oh, that was fucking clever.
Nice. See?
Yeah.
Look at that.
One of my all-time favorite people is Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Stan Lee
Yep.
is such an awesome dude, and he created so much fucking beautiful memories for me as a kid.
Everybody.
I love Marvel Comics. I love nerdy shit like that.
He was the godfather of superheroes.
He created some of the greatest superheroes ever.
He did.
And like Spider-Man, which is one of my favorites, and Wolverine, and all the X-Men, and Thor, and the Fantastic Four.
I met a girl at Comic-Con, and he had signed her wrists, like, just right below her hand. And she immediately went to the tattoo shop and had it tattooed on.
That's awesome.
So
And
he signed it in pen, and she went and had it put in. She had a tattoo of his
What was his
signature.
always famous little line? Excelsior.
Yes. Love Stanley.
Rest in peace, dude. You gave the world fucking beauty.
Yeah,
More than
and
you
it's
can imagine.
continuing, and we love you, and thank you for being born.
So with that being said, we are actually going to talk about people with real life superpowers.
Superhuman. Superhumans.
Yeah, these are superhumans. Yeah. Now, I may not agree with all of them, but we'll see what they say. And we're going to read off, basically Stan Lee had a TV show called Stan Lee's Superhumans, and he talked about people with superpowers, things that they could do that no mere mortals were able to do.
Correct.
So we found this really cool list of all the shows that he had.
Yeah.
And it talks about the people with the powers. So we're going to go with that, and then we're just going to kind of freestyle after that, because we got lots of websites open that we can read shit.
Yeah.
So one of the first people is a man named Ramohan Nair of Kollam, India. They call him Electro Man. He can withstand being shocked by electricity 30 times the amount that can kill an ordinary man.
Wow.
Well, how the fuck do you find that out?
Like you stuck a fork in a electrical socket?
All that I can tell you is I grabbed the fork and put it in the plug. The next thing I know, I'm standing in curry. That is all I know. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's not a power that I want to test.
No, dude. Like what?
Let me just go outside and grab the power line, Don, and let's see if I can withstand being shocked by electricity.
No,
Fuck
it's not
that.
possible.
He must have been hit by lightning or something.
Yeah, that's what I think. Where he has.
And then he just brushed it off and walked away.
It's like, oh, dude,
that was a powerful punch. Oh shit. Scott Flansburgh of San Diego is a human calculator who can perform complex arithmetic in his head. Wow. Dude, I bet he's one of those kind of guys though
you just
that
give him numbers.
He can see calculus in his brain, right?
Yeah, there's a show called Numbers that's what he does.
Dude, what's 2 + 2? He'd be like,
blow, you just
I don't know what the fuck.
All circuits
right?
blown.
Because that's how I am. I can't see calculus in my brain, but like I can do pretty good with complex math. But I'm horrible at simple addition and subtraction.
My son's the same exact way.
And I don't understand why.
We're having trouble right now. Like he can do fractions and multiplication and division.
Yeah.
But adding and subtracting, he just he skipped over that.
I don't know if
his brain
it's
is already farther than.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's probably the same thing with me and him is. It's because it's so mundane and tiny that we go through it quicker, so we don't you have to
slow down and explain why you did it, why you got that.
Because I remember in school, I would do all right with getting polynomials and shit broken down.
Yeah.
But I would always be off by 1 because I subtracted wrong somewhere in showing my work.
Right.
And that's why I would get the answer wrong.
I think having my husband's that way, I can just give him numbers and he'll just spout it out 3 seconds. So
yeah,
I think it's something that you perfect or it's just natural.
Right.
Yeah.
Juan Ruiz of Los Angeles is a blind man who can see the world around him with bat-like echolocation.
Yes. I saw him. He makes this clicking noise and it bounces off of things. And they actually tested him. And he drew pictures of where he was. He was at the back of the house. He drew the trees. He drew the patio.
I think it would be better if he just walked around all the time going, caw-caw, caw-caw.
But he teaches other blind kids to how to do this.
Well, that's how they do it with those walking sticks. Because they click stuff on the sidewalk.
Right, but you need to know before you step off a curb that it's a curb, because you have to be on top of it before you hit it. But with the echolocation, like the bats, he's already mapped out the area in his mind.
Yeah.
He rides a bicycle.
That's a little crazy.
That's with his echolocation.
Yeah.
He can see as he's driving along.
Right into a fucking garbage truck if he's not careful.
No, he hasn't.
Yet.
No.
I bet you could distract him and that would fuck him all up. If he's going, and then you're across the street going, because you're from fucking like Rwanda or some African nation where that's how they talk.
Yeah.
And he thinks that the guy from Africa is like, thinks that this guy's having a conversation with him. And he's like screaming at him in his language. I don't know, man.
No, it was pretty cool.
Dennis Rodgers of Houston is quote unquote the strongest man in the world. Now, I don't know anything about Dennis Rodgers and I don't know how much he can lift, but I would probably beg to differ because I've watched strongest man contests all the time. Like when I would sit in a bar with my friends late at night and they'd have like the off ESPN channel that has all the weird sports. And they always got like, was it like Nordic Nordicson? Who's lifting like a fucking bus.
Train.
Yeah. He's pulling a train. Well, not that same kind of train, just in case people... He might pull a train after the show. I don't know. But he's pulling a train, lifting a bus with his pinky. He's got the fucking tire from a tractor from fucking 1878.
Yeah, this
like
guy was... I remember I saw this one.
Tall.
He was pulling a 18-wheeler.
Yeah. And what makes me laugh though is they wear that hernia belt, like that one little belt is going to stop him from pulling 50,000 fucking tons with his teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we got here. We got
a guy from Las Vegas.
Bob Munden of Las Vegas. I used to live there.
Ooh, gunslinger.
Fastest and most accurate gunslinger alive.
Wow. That would be a cool thing.
You know what? I remember seeing lots of videos of this guy, and he is really cool because he does.
But
stuff
he's got
like,
the sharpshooters on the side. It's not like he's got his hand out with the gun on it. The guns are inside his side holsters, so he has his hands out. He has to grab the gun, cock it, and shoot it. So it's just like milliseconds.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
That's pretty cool. I've seen videos. He's really fun to watch.
Yeah, super cool.
Finland's Timo Kaukonen, whose body can withstand near boiling temperatures.
What? How did he figure that out?
Well,
was he in like a hot spring and it just
he
got
was in the hot waters with the sweetest fishes.
All of his kids boiled.
So he probably went to like, because like Scandinavia has all those areas where they got like those natural boiling water.
Yeah, that's from lava.
Hot spas and shit.
Yeah.
Outside. And that's probably where he found out. He probably jumped into one that was a little hotter than it probably should have been because it probably had molten lava just underneath the crust of the water.
Yeah, but your skin is just like everybody else's skin. I don't understand how your skin.
Well, it also gets like 1,000 below in Finland, so maybe he doesn't really. I mean, maybe he was like frozen and then he jumped in there and it like thawed him out.
So is it psychological? Is it like
I believe a lot of it is that's psychological, to be honest.
So there's a thing called congenital analgesia, which is where you don't feel pain at all.
Right.
The kids. I was watching a show this past weekend, and the kid had congenital analgesia, and he actually, when he was a baby, chewed half of his tongue off. That's how they knew that he couldn't feel any pain because he was teething, so he was just chewing his tongue off. Wow. He chewed half his tongue off.
That's crazy.
So is it like that to where they don't feel pain? So you don't know.
Well, I think it's probably more like he's really good at controlling his mind. And body temperature.
Yeah.
To where because there's another guy that I will probably find in here that's the opposite. He can go, this guy fucking hiked the Mount Everest with a pair of shorts and that was it. And I'm like, that's fucking cold, dude.
Yeah. He swims around in the icy water.
Yeah. Shi Yan Ming, a Shaolin monk who defected from China and who takes Bruce Lee's infamous 1-inch punch to a new level.
Yeah, I saw this dude. Whoa, like the 1-inch punch is where you build up all your energy and you're 1 inch away from your opponent and you go, ah! And all of that kinetic energy that's built up you hit them and like stop their heart.
That's their key power. Their chi.
C-H-I, chi. Yeah.
It depends on where you're from.
Okay.
Some different cultures say it differently.
Ki.
I think ki is Japanese. Chi would be Chinese. I could be wrong.
Chia.
I bet Katie will find out.
Katie, yeah.
Katie will be fucking Googling that shit
She's
tonight.
totally going to cut and paste.
Fuck yeah,
Here's
she
an
is.
article. Y'all can read.
Darren Taylor, Professor Splash of Denver, who can survive a 35-foot belly flop into 1 foot of water. Why
Yo,
the
dude.
fuck would you do that?
No. Okay, I remember seeing this guy. So,
Dude,
if you
it hurts
jump
belly
off
flopping
of-
from 2 inches.
that's what I was just going to say. If you jump off of a diving board and belly flop, it feels like your front part of your entire body is on fire.
Guys, you ever been kicked in the nuts? You know that pain you get right in your diaphragm when you get kicked in the nuts and you almost want to fucking throw up? That's what belly flopping's like. It's like
He was
getting
from
slapped.
35 feet, dude.
Yeah, fuck that.
3.5 stories
That is fucking ridiculous.
into a foot of water. First of all, don't do it.
Yeah?
Don't try it.
Don't try this shit at home,
No.
people.
No. Like I saw him. It was like a kiddie pool that we had Finley when he was like 3. 1 foot of water.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's crazy.
Landed on his stomach.
That's like jumping on
Like we have
concrete.
people that fall from like a wheelchair 3 feet off the ground and we have to do a full pan scan. This guy's jumping 35 feet, belly flopping in a foot of water.
Well, you know that 90% of those people don't need the pan scan, but, you know.
Pan scans head, C-spine, chest, abdomen, pelvis, T-spine, L-spine.
Basically the
your
whole
entire body.
Basically scanning your whole body.
From falling from a wheelchair.
Because you tripped over your fucking shoelace
Pants
from
leg
like
that
half
was
a foot above the
incorrect.
ground. And now all of a
Yeah.
sudden, oh my God, he could have a fractured skull.
Yeah.
But he didn't really hit his head. It doesn't matter. His skull could just spontaneously fracture. Okay.
We digress.
Dean Karnazes of San Francisco can ignore extreme fatigue and ran 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's might be the guy.
Wow.
Yep.
I can't run fucking 5 seconds in fucking... I can't run 5 inches in 5 seconds in one day. Okay?
I think he's called the Iron Man, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to Google Iron Man and see if this is the same guy.
He's
yeah.
fucking Forrest Gump is who he is.
Yeah, 50
I
marathons,
just started
50
running.
states in 50 days.
I was running to look for my Jenny.
Exactly.
John Ferraro of Boston, whose thick skull can withstand the blow of a sledgehammer.
How in the hell do you find that out?
Well, it's Boston. Let me explain to you about
Okay.
people from Boston.
Yeah.
I can see it now. Hey, Scully, I got an idea. Yeah, what do you want? I think you should take that hammer and smash me right in the friggin' skull. Why would I want to do that? Just do it. Don't ask fucking questions. Don't be retarded. Just get the fucking sledgehammer and hit me right in the noggin.
Got to be on Stan Lee's Superhumans.
Hit me in the goddamn noggin. That's basically how that... And then he looks at his wife and goes, hey, hold my beer. Because it's not rednecks to just say, hold my beer. Trust me, I'm from New England. That's
Hold
how
my
they are in
lager.
Boston. Hold my lager. Hold my Sam Adams. It's like that commercial, your cousin from Boston. Yeah, that's exactly how they are up there. Because it's cold and they get bored. That's basically what it is. They've been out all winter. I want to get the sledgehammer. Let's see if I can handle a hit in the sledgehammer face. Should be wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
If I get fucking knocked out, that's a wicked pisser. I'm telling you. Don't take me to the hospital. Don't tell my mother. Don't tell my mother you hit me with a fucking sledgehammer.
I fell.
Tell him I got robbed. Don't tell my mother.
A sledgehammer, though, dude. That's like
it's
the whole
fucking-
width
yes.
of your head.
Yes.
Like that's not gonna. You're not gonna make it out of that.
Yeah.
How?
That's that's
what's
like a
wrong with
one
your
and
skull?
done. That's a
Yeah,
one and done
that
to
is.
test.
Yeah, yeah.
Because either A, you're going to withstand it, or B, you're going to have a massive head bleed and a skull fracture.
you.
and you're probably gonna die.
And his wife's going to drink all that beer.
Right.
Drink his beer.
Right.
That's his famous last words.
God damn it, Charlie! Quit playing with a fucking sledgehammer out there. It's fucking cold. Come in here to the heater. All right, Chris Robinson of Edinburgh, Scotland, who believes his dreams can predict the future. Don't we all think our dreams can predict the future? But I don't know.
That's kind of generic. I don't understand.
Because you'd have to prove that. Like, he'd have to be like, okay, I had this dream, and, well, he's from Edinburgh, so I had a friggin' dream.
Nice! There you go.
Let me tell you about my dream.
Channel it.
Yeah. So,
Nice. No,
yeah.
I don't know. That's debatable.
That,
Like,
yeah, that
was
is
kinda
debatable
generic.
because
Like,
there's no way to measure whether he's right or not.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Is it
could
like
easily go,
catastrophic events?
I dreamt that when I was a wee lad. Okay.
All right. We believe you.
Okay, pal.
Because you can't test it.
No,
I
you
can't see what you
test
dream
it.
in your head.
Exactly. You can test the sledgehammer to the head.
You can test the sledgehammer.
Okay.
Yes.
Kenny Muhammad of New York City, the human orchestra, who can mimic complex beatbox rhythms with his mouth.
Awesome.
He's
Now, I
kinda like
love
a-
beatbox.
Yeah, but he's kind of like the dude, that comedian that used to be in Police Academy movies. Michael Winslow.
Yes. That's his
Used
name?
to, yeah.
Yeah.
Used to make all them noises.
He was from Florida.
I saw a video of him where he actually did a full Led Zeppelin song with his mouth. He
What?
played,
That's awesome.
He played Whole Lot of Love with his mouth. Wow. It's pretty good.
That's cool. I love beatbox.
No, I'm not a big
My
fan.
husband makes fun of me. I'm not doing it right now because I'm going to spare you guys.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that shit. I'm too white.
I'm spitting all over the
Right?
microphone here.
That's why there's a windscreen.
It's a windscreen. It's the windscreen, not a spit screen.
It's a spit. It's both.
No, it's a pantyhose, dude. Like, you could spit through this pantyhose.
Just don't put the mic in your mouth. You'll be all right. You won't get any cooties. I won't tell you where else that mic's been.
Okay, guys, we're going to, like, lay way back here. We're not going up towards there at all.
Zamora, the Torture King, a.k.a. Tim Cridland of New York City, who skewers himself without feeling any pain or shedding blood. Now, I've seen that kind of
this
stuff,
before,
though.
dude, yeah.
Those are the little fringe people that like
They
to
put it
hang
in
off
their
of hooks and
hand,
shit.
they put it in their chest. They
Yeah.
put the hooks,
Yeah,
Their
that's
face.
silly. That's silly.
I just think they know anatomy to where you don't have any vascular in that area.
I have a
Because when you pierce, you only have a
I
little
have a
bit of blood.
ganglion cyst in my thumb.
Oh, you do, dude? That's gotta hurt.
It hurt like a bitch, and I was like, I was here at home, and I just took a sewing needle and put it into my thumb to try and pop it, and it didn't hurt, but I ended up having to get it taken care of at work. One of the PAs, he didn't really pop it, but he did something where it relieved the pressure, and it doesn't hurt anymore. It's still there, but it's like right on the joint. That's what sucks.
Most of the time, it's your wrist.
Yeah, usually you get them in your
My friend
wrist.
that I went to extra school with, she would get it on the anterior portion of her wrist right here.
And you know what Matt
she
said?
would hit it with a hammer.
That's what Matt said. Smash it with a book. I'm like,
Smash it
I
with
am
a
not
hammer.
smashing my fucking
sledgehammer.
Yeah. Smash that goddamn cis with this hammer. It'll pop
use
that
the
fucker
one-
right quick.
We'll use the one we used on Joey.
Yeah. Fucking fuck that, man.
Hit it
Those
with a
things
hammer.
hurt. Yeah. Fuck
She hit it
that.
with a hammer and it went away for a little while, but they always come back
They
for
always
some
come
reason.
back.
Yep.
Derek Paravicini of London, England, a blind autistic man who can accurately recreate any piano piece after hearing it once. So he's got like perfect what's that word?
Pitch.
Perfect pitch, yeah.
I saw him too. He actually has been doing this since he was little, like 4 or 5. He just jumped onto the piano when he started playing. He could see the notes. So his teacher, like his entire life, plays like 6 notes at the same time, and he can pick it up. He can see them.
That's cool.
Because he's autistic and he's blind, so he says he can see the notes when he hears the notes.
That makes me wonder more about autism, because a lot of autistic people do that. They have one focus that they're extremely, really fucking good at, like amazing, like superhero-like.
Right.
And then they're just like total morons to everything else.
So is that wiring though? Is that like just
Yeah, that's what I think it might be.
Yeah, like your wiring is, well, not really off, because he is a savant in music
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Jyoti Raj of Chitradurga, India, who can scale walls with incredible speed and agility.
Oh, man, this is that parkour stuff. That's like where you run on walls.
That's kind of cool.
That's cool.
That's like a human, like a real-life Spider-Man.
My son tries to do it. We have to wash the walls.
Do you ever see those videos?
And they're like dirty feet. So there's like dirty feet prints
all
up
over
this
the fucking
halfway
wall.
up the wall. I'm
That's
like,
funny.
did you run the wall? No. Oh, he'll do the doorway too. Like,
Does he run around and scream parkour when he does it?
Yes, he does. That's exactly, my son.
Like,
so he'll climb
parkour.
the doorway, like his back on one, and he'll just climb the doorway.
That's funny.
Or he'll have his feet out to the side and just like Spider-Man.
He's
up
the human
doorway.
spider monkey.
He is totally the human spider monkey, and he screams parkour as he's doing it. Yes.
Parkour.
You're going to clean those feet marks off of that wall. You know that, right?
That's funny shit.
Yes, he does.
Tom
That's
Owen.
Washable paint.
Tom
Parents.
Owen of Birmingham, Alabama, the man with the hardest muscles on earth.
Ooh. What? The hardest muscles. What are
what
they
she
hitting the muscles?
Hey, baby, I got a hard muscle.
Stop.
That's the hardest muscle on earth. You should touch it.
Should hit it with a sledgehammer.
No, don't hit it with a sledgehammer. No, that would
Tommy,
be painful.
get the sledgehammer.
Get the goddamn sledgehammer. I got a boner. I want you to take the sledgehammer
Did more than 4 hours.
and smash
Filipino
my
there.
goddamn wiener with this sledgehammer. This is he's sitting in the garage with his buddy. They got nothing else better to do, so they think of things to do. This is how they do things in New England.
Yes.
Okay, there was a boy, a 17-year-old kid, right before I moved back home, that died because he was putting fireworks on his head.
No, why?
Yes, because he's a fucking Mainer. That's
why? What?
I can see it now. Hey, Joey, check it out. I'm gonna take this fireworks and put them on my head, and I want you to fucking light them. Yeah, but you'll get burned. Fuck that. Just do it. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Fucking morons.
Oh,
And everybody else would be like,
last word.
He may have died from it, but goddamn, it was wicked awesome seeing
beautiful.
that. His
It was
whole fucking head
beautiful.
lit up like a goddamn candle.
Beautiful.
He was a lit fucker. All right. Let's see. Patrick Musimu of Bonaire, who can free dive to nearly 700 feet and hold his breath for over 8 minutes.
Those are pearl divers. I've actually seen that. If you go, like when the cruises used to actually go
Yeah.
out on excursions and
They
stuff,
do- yeah,
they
do-
dive down, free dive
They
down.
do a lot that in the Caribbean and in
Yes.
Asia, right?
Yeah, Caribbean.
Pearl diving and stuff.
Yeah, but this Bonaire is like where all the flamingos are. There's a flamingo sanctuary because they
Yeah.
go there every year. So that's where one of the places on my bucket list to go see the flamingos.
How long can you hold your breath?
Oh, like a minute, not long at all.
Lucky.
Why?
I could probably hold mine for maybe 10 seconds.
You're a smoker. You hold it for longer than that, just holding your puff in. Especially
10
when
seconds. I don't know how long I can hold my breath. I never checked. But see, I used to like try and do that shit when I was a kid in the pool.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my crazy brother would come and try and drown me, so then I would panic.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I love my brother.
Siblings.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so Miroslav Magola of Brighton, England, allegedly exhibits telekinetic powers.
Ooh, that's one of the powers I'd like to have. You can
Telekinesis?
move shit,
Yeah.
bend spoons and stuff,
Yeah.
freak people out.
Yeah.
Like they were talking about Houdini, how he got out of the box and still had his shackles inside the box and the nails are inside the box.
He
And
had
he
the
was
keys
outside-
in his mouth.
How'd he get out of the box?
He had the keys in his mouth.
That was nailed. People brought their own nails. The box was nailed shut.
weren't- yeah, but they
It
weren't-
was still, the nails are still in it. He didn't bust out of the box. He was outside the box.
Yeah, that was all illusion. That was the world of illusion.
No
He
one
ended
ever
up
figured
dying.
it out.
He ended up dying in one of his magic tricks, if I remember correctly. There's
Telekinesis.
There's a shark swimming in here.
I know. I felt him on
You
my
know why,
leg.
don't you?
Because it's dinner time?
Yeah.
Aw. Schmiegel hungry.
Yeah, Schmiegel wants his fucking shopper.
Schmiegel hungry.
Let's see. Sean Ellis of Devon, England, who lives and communicates with wolves. That would be an awesome superpower.
Ooh, that would be.
I would
That would be my
love-
husband. He loves wolves.
Yeah, I do
He can
too.
speak to wolves, I think.
Those are my spirit animal.
Yeah. Who can
I love
communicate
wolves.
with wolves.
Eskil Roningsbakken.
As you hear one in the background. Oh!
Yeah, right. From Trondheim, Norway, who performs incredible feats of balance.
Oh, what's
Do you
that?
remember back in like the 1900s when they'd have those short videos of people who would like tightrope across?
Yes.
Dude,
Flying Walindas. They
those
still do it.
motherfuckers couldn't get away with that shit nowadays. There'd be some regulation somewhere and they'd all go to jail or something for fucking tightrope walking.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, the
laws.
the laws that you can't have Daredevil stuff anymore.
Right.
So here's the dude, Ben Underwood, the real life Daredevil. Oh, sweet.
Cool.
He was diagnosed with retinal cancer at the age of 2. He had to get his eyes removed. He taught himself echolocation by the age of 5. Is this the kid?
No.
This is somebody different.
It's a different guy.
He could detect
Cool.
the location of objects by making clicking noises with his tongue. He could do all things like normal kids, like basketball, cycling, moving around with the help of a stick or a guiding dog. That's kind of cool.
That's cool, man.
He passed away at the age of 16, fighting the same cancer that cost him his eyes.
That's so sad.
That is sad.
The other guy's still alive. I just saw
There's
a video.
the dude.
There's the
Wim Hof, the
Wim Hof,
Iceman.
the Iceman.
He can withstand extremely cold temperatures. He reached the top of Mount Kilimanjaro in his shorts. Yeah, that's what it was, Kilimanjaro.
So this is the guy.
Right here, Mount Everest.
Yeah.
He climbed 6.7 kilometers of Mount Everest. However, he wasn't able to reach the summit due to a foot injury.
Because he has no shoes on, dude. He just has shorts on.
Yeah.
So tell the story of why he started doing it.
They interview the guy, and the guy is absolutely amazing. Just listening to him, because it's tragic the way he did this. He loved his wife so much, and she died, and it hurt him so bad that he couldn't live with the pain, and he actually thought about killing himself. But instead, he went outside and jumped into the fucking ice cold lake and just sat there. And eventually he like realized that he could withstand it, because that pain was not half as great as the pain of the loss of his wife.
Yeah.
So he has, for that whole time, just like to get rid of the pain of losing his wife, he goes out and does these things, just where he tortures
Jumps
his
in the
fucking
water.
body with cold.
But that's the mind thing. That's the mind
it's
over
just-
matter.
It's sad, but pretty at the same time.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
There's the
Beautiful.
Electric Man.
That's the Electric Man. We
Yeah.
actually got a picture of him. Cool.
So that's how he does it. He sticks
Sticks it
fucking
in his mouth, on his
prongs
tongue.
on his tongue.
WTF?
See, here's the thing about electricity a lot of people don't know. It's not always the wattage that kills you. It's the amperage.
It's the amperage.
And if you're wet, the amperage is intensified. So if you touch something with wet hands, there's a higher possibility of getting ventricular fibrillation.
He's on his tongue, dude.
Yeah.
That's like wet.
Yeah. That's weird. These are the Bostonians of India.
That is. Watch this.
Here's the Indian
That's
Spider-Man.
the guy that
yeah,
can
yeah.
climb the wall. That's the parkour guy we were just talking about.
He climbed the Chitra Durga fort without harness. He doesn't use any support or harness. Climbed Karnataka's highest fall in opposite direction of the flow without a harness.
Wow.
He's like a fucking salmon.
He's a Spider-Man.
He's Spider Salmon.
Yep.
He went
Flopped
upstream.
up the wall.
There's the
Oh.
Torture King, Tom Cridland. The guy can stick shit in his mouth and fucking
Face.
needles and stuff. That's
Body.
kind of stupid. Tibetan monks practicing Tumo. They can vary their body temperature. They can increase their body temperature by the power of meditation. These are the same things that they try and teach, where they can bring their whole body down to where they look like they're dead.
Yes.
Their heart rate goes really
Right.
low.
Yep.
And then that's just cool shit.
That's cool.
Master Zhu
Ooh.
can generate heat to the boiling points from his hands, and he can stand on thin sheets of paper.
What do you mean? Like he's flotation? Like
He can like stand on them without ripping them. So like I guess they stretch him
Oh,
out,
tight.
and then he
Okay.
stands on them.
he's a superhuman.
Michael Lotito, the guy who ate a whole aircraft.
What?
What? Mr.
Mr.
Edall.
Edall.
Okay. Could eat anything which normal humans cannot, including objects made of metal, glass, rubber, etc. Famously ate a whole aircraft Cessna 150. Had eaten 9 tons of metal.
Oh, this is called pica. It is a psychological thing where most people that are in mental institutions, you have to watch your keys and your pins.
Is he dead yet?
I don't think so.
All that
People
metal
with
in his
pica,
system?
you have to have
He's never
surgery and they
gonna
take
poop
it
that
out.
out.
I have a picture on my phone of a patient that had, well, not the picture of the patient, but the picture of the stuff that was in the patient's stomach and small bowel and large bowel.
Yeah.
Keys, chains, like it was everything. Pins.
I don't understand.
Nails, buttons,
Yeah,
like
well,
anything they can find that they've
I've
swallowed.
Seen it. Yeah, there's a couple people I've had to X-ray because of that stuff. But what I'm trying to figure out is how does his body pass all that stuff? Is it still in there? He must be a fucking mess going to the airport. Metal detectors,
Right? Like,
Right?
Sir, do you have anything in your pocket? Nope. I just ate 18 nails.
And boy, am I stuffed.
All in my hut. Yeah.
Isao Maki is the modern day super samurai.
Oh, I saw this
He
too.
famously split a bullet traveling at the speed of 200 miles per hour in half with his sword.
Yep. That was the tennis ball one.
Yeah, he cut a tennis
So,
ball at the speed of 708 kilometers per hour.
His sword is sheathed, and then like they have a baseball coming at you. You know, you stand there and usually you're hitting it. So he's actually unsheathing his sword and slicing it in half, perfect halves,
Yeah.
mind you.
That's crazy.
It's a fast pitch. Yeah.
And here's the man who can suck his own dick. Daniel Browning Smith, the rubber boy. He's the most flexible person in history.
He's holding it like the way he does it at home.
He can fit his whole body through an unstrung tennis racket.
So he comes on the show and he's in a suitcase, like when we were watching
He's just really good at yoga. Do you remember in the 70s, they used to have those yogis that used to get into the little crystal clear boxes?
Yep.
That's what he does.
That's
Probably all it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he can suck his own balls.
Nice. Oh.
Ratha Krishna Velu, King of Teeth. Ratha Krishna Velu, King of Teeth. This guy can pull heavy objects with his teeth.
Wow.
He pulled a train with 6 coaches weighing about 297 tons to a distance of 2.8 meters.
Dude.
So that's like almost 8 feet.
Pull your teeth out.
No, that's more than 8 feet because 1 meter is 3 feet, right? So that's like, yeah, that's almost 8 feet. That's crazy.
Wow.
The Magnetic Man.
Oh, it's a magnet.
Luton Lin can stick metallic objects to his body. Pulled a car with magnetic force. Studies found out that his body does not actually exhibit magnetic fields, but his skin has very high rate of friction.
Wow. How's that possible? He couldn't have an MRI.
He probably doesn't sweat.
What does that mean with what? But it's because you don't sweat doesn't mean you're magnetic.
He's not really magnetic. It's basically his skin has like, you know how shit slides off because of friction?
Okay.
He's got like extreme friction on his body. He's like sticky basically.
Gross. Don't touch me.
Right?
No.
If he hugs you, you're never getting away.
Oh, no.
Ever.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope. I would not.
The man with twitchy muscles. This guy took a frying pan and rolled it up like it was a piece of cardboard. Humans cannot have enough strength to do that the traditional way, but he didn't do it that way. What makes him superhuman is his ability to generate strength by pulsing a muscle. It's like when you are pushing a cart over a bump and you get stuck, so you use momentum to get over the bump. Then you glide and use momentum for the next bump. This guy does it bending metal.
What?
When he bent the frying pan, it made loud sounds and was hot afterwards. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you bend metal. He can bend hammers and horseshoes as well. Another true superhuman. His name is Dennis Rodgers.
Wow.
I wonder if he went up and talked to Troy up in Boston.
Oh, with the hammer?
I bend my sledgehammer. Bend that fucker in half. All right, let's see. Scott Flansburgh, who has reappropriated large areas of his brain to do something amazing. He uses his muscle coordination, brain, and material to calculate math problems faster than any human with a calculator. He lacks nothing of normal coordination. He probably, you know what? He's probably one of those people that was lucky enough that a little bit more of his brain was unlocked as he was growing up. You
Rather
know what
than
I mean?
10%.
Like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Because it just, I don't know. There's the Bob Munden picture.
Nice.
He's got some gold-plated
Nice. Those are nice guns.
Matrix Vision quick draw sharpshooter.
Woo.
Let's see what else we got here.
All right.
It looks like they're talking about all the same people. Ben Underwood. There's
That's
fucking Spider-Man dude. That's the Magnetic Man. Ron White.
What's Ron White do? Oh, his memory.
Ron is one of the real-life superheroes, also one of the most intelligent beings on Earth. His superpower was not genetic. In fact, he was once kicked out of his class in his college years, all because he did not perform well in academics. After years and years of studying and learning, he developed the ability to retain everything he read.
Ron White is the comedian.
Yeah. He's got a photographic memory.
I love him. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he is funny. They call me Tater.
Exactly. That's the one.
John Ferraro is
That's
the
the
human
one with the
anvil.
skull.
He has the toughest skull. Yeah, that's the one. Hit me with a goddamn sledgehammer. John. He's able to break anything on his head. Best known by his nickname Gino Martino. John used to be a wrestler. His super tough skull enables him to break concrete on his head. Wow. He looks like a fucking serial killer.
He does, dude.
There's Wim Hof, Master Zhao. Yeah, these are all the same people. So since we already have all the same people, you can't have superheroes without super villains.
Dun. Super villains.
Yeah, super villains. So we're going to talk about twisted people who are real life super villains.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So here's the first one. Velvilly Dickinson, a.k.a. the Doll Collector.
Ugh.
That's fucking creepy already.
Just the whole
creepy
road. Okay.
Creeperson.
I got full body cold chills right now. I don't do well with dolls. No dolls. I'm very thankful I have a son.
So she owned a doll store on Madison Avenue.
Nope.
Providing luxury childlike effigies to rich weirdos who probably used them to put in baby carriages and pretend they weren't barren or something. Once her husband died of a heart attack, though, Velvilly started to undertake some interesting commissions from within her old doll emporium. In 1942, the FBI intercepted a letter on its way to Buenos Aires that spoke of a quote-unquote wonderful doll hospital and 3 old English dolls. The FBI's cryptographers went to work and discovered that the letter was in fact code. The feds were thrown at first, as these letters were signed by various different women, but the signatures turned out to be forgeries by Mrs. Dickinson. The letters, as it turned out, were sending U.S. military secrets to Japan. Some involved the locations of warships being repaired following Pearl Harbor and would have been extremely valuable if delivered. Further investigations revealed that Velvilly had visited the Japanese Institute in New York, befriended the consul general, and connected with Japanese naval attaché. Essentially, she had taken it upon herself to bring down the U.S. military through the use of her doll shop.
Wow.
Fucking bitch.
Dude.
Jonathan Edema, a.k.a. the Psychotic Patriot. In 2004, police raided his home, finding 8 prisoners in there. Ooh. Some in shackles, some hanging from the ceiling. In court, Edema claimed that he was operating officially with the approval of both the U.S. and Afghanistan. In fact, it was later revealed that that idea tricked NATO operatives into helping him kidnap his victims. So he spent a little time in the U.S. Army as a radio operator before opening up his own paintball business, which went belly up, landing him in prison for 3 years for fraud. When released, he sort of just appeared in Kabul, spinning yarns about how he was the leader of a special forces team and had Osama bin Laden in his sights. His stories of super secret missions made him popular with Kabul locals, and they even named a drink after him. Wow.
Wow, so... What? I mean, he's a lie face. He wasn't a supervillain.
So here's a dude that we talked about during our cults.
This was
episode.
the cults one, yeah.
Shoko Asahara. He's the guy that was the cult leader, supervillain, that made people go into the trains and drop sarin gas in Japan.
Ooh.
He looks like
He
a real
looks
fucking
wicked.
winner, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. He looks like he had about a whole bucket of fucking Bojangles. Joshua Theo Brady, a.k.a. Theo. Whatever. In 2013, Brady called himself Theo, convinced two 20-something Virginians that he was an operative for the CIA and that he had a national security mission of utmost importance that he needed to undertake for him. Rob some banks.
Nice.
Referring to the mission as Operation Downstrike, Brady seen the pair off on their errands, which would have been a genius move except two men were clearly morons, and none of the banks handed over a single dollar. When the cops caught up with the attempted robbers, Theo told the police that you can't make people disappear. Only I can do that. Which you have to admit is a line only a supervillain would attempt, but the ruse soon fell apart and Brady was sentenced to 3 years home supervision.
He's a psychopath, dude.
Yeah,
he's not a supervillain.
Yeah.
Like, who wrote this
Alexander
article?
Solovnik, a.k.a. Super Killer. Yeah, some of these people are just psychopaths. But some villains are. Let's see. He killed people.
Oh.
Spent some time as a gravedigger.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're a killer.
Spent
You
8
would be
years
a
in
gravedigger because you have
prison.
to you have to dig the graves of the people that you're killing.
Spent 8 years in prison for rape.
Oh.
Then he started to forge himself a set of contacts with the Russian mafia, impressing them with his ability to take down 12 fellow inmates who jumped him. He escaped from prison and joined a gang, the Kurgan Society, and gained a reputation as and his nickname Super Killer due to his propensity towards killing rival gang leaders. Even when he was finally captured by the authorities, he killed 5 police officers after breaking out of his restraints. Now that sounds like a supervillain.
Like is he on something? Because we have patients that like it takes 12 people to hold him down. So was he on something, or is he just
I think
psychotic
he was
break?
fucking psychotic.
Yeah.
Gerard Blanchard, a.k.a. the paraburglar. Now, is that like parachutes, or is it like he's a partial burglar, like a paralegal?
Like he's around burglars?
Yeah, he's like, he kind of burgles, but he's more of like freelance. I don't fucking know.
Doesn't look like he's
Canadian.
I don't know.
His first major foray was kind of epic when he was on vacation. Oh, this is the dude that stole that diamond pearl. You ever hear the story? He went to Austria. There's like this really kick-ass diamond pearl fucking thing, right? It's super worth a lot of money. Okay. He went in with his photographic memory, memorized where all the alarm systems were for this thing,
yeah,
and all this other stuff. Bought a souvenir down in the gift shop. Went up there and stole the fucking real one and replaced it with a souvenir and kept it.
What?
Went back to Canada. They found it in his fucking house.
It says in his grandma's basement.
Yeah.
What? That's an awesome supervillain right there.
Yeah. And he got, look at that. He continued his robbing banks, stealing more than $2 million using fake credit cards. He finally got caught in 2007. Wow. That guy, I saw a story about him. Fucking amazing, dude.
So it says, in the undercover of darkness, he then parachuted. Right. Okay, we gotta read the whole thing.
He parachuted onto the roof of the Schloss, okay?
Wait. Here's casually, we'll start from the beginning.
On vacation in Austria, he saw the kosher diamond pearl at the Schloss Schönbrunn Palace. He casually unscrewed the security case with his key and unlocked the windows. Under cover of darkness, he then parachuted onto the roof of the Schloss, slipped in the window, switched the kosher diamond pearl with a replica from the gift shop. He even returned to the scene of his crime a day later to witness stupid tourists admiring the replica in the case. Wow. When the piece was eventually found, it was stashed away in his grandma's basement.
That's epic. I'm sorry.
You could never sell it.
You don't tell anybody. It's just a point.
Yeah. Yeah, he did it just for...
You're a fucking idiot, and I got the real one.
Right. But he could never sell that.
Because no one would buy it. They'd have to authenticate it.
Absolutely.
And then,
even the black market wouldn't touch that.
No, they wouldn't touch it.
Because that motherfucker, that thing is famous. Like
he
that,
just did it just to say he had it. That's like the painter. When you steal a painting,
right.
like
yeah, you can never sell it.
You put it in your own house.
You can only sell it to like a private
You
collector.
look at it in your house. It's just like a reward or an award. Like you did that. I stole that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't sell it.
Francois De Valia, I remember him, Papa Doc. He was a dude down in fucking I want to say Haiti. Yeah, Haiti. When
he's a voodoo supervillain.
Yeah. He's like a James Bond villain.
Good deal.
Back in '57, Francois De Valia was elected president of Haiti. He basically decided he was going to revive the voodoo religion and model himself on Baron Samedi. He even produced posters that depicted Jesus endorsing him as some kind of chosen one. He used to use his secret police force to kill people.
Wow.
He had a whale of a time touring Haiti, chopping people up with machetes and putting on a show of exorcising demons.
Wow.
By the time he died, it's estimated De Valia and his Taunton Makute stormtroopers murdered 30,000 innocent people.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a brutal dictator.
He's a supervillain.
He was a bad, bad dude. They just had, on American Heroes channel, they had a documentary on that guy.
Wow.
They have like a show about like people that were like evil people, evil rulers and shit in the world. And he's up there with Stalin and all this shit, some of the stuff he did.
30,000 people, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Marvin Heemeyer, a.k.a. the Killdozer.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Okay, so they're showing pictures of this guy's bulldozer that he is armor plated. Wow. And he's got like murder holes where he's got fucking rifles pointing out. He basically created armored. All right, so if you want a supervillain, you're going to have to learn to use some tools. Particularly if you're planning on building, say, a rolling harbinger of death. Many things might drive a normal, stable human being to breaking point. For Heemeyer, this was a despicable concrete company that systematically screwed him over because he refused to sell his muffler repair shop to them.
What?
The last straw came when the company convinced the local government to rezone Heemeyer's property, and in the 6 months' notice he was given to move on, he built himself a bulldozer of extreme destructive capability.
You take my shit, I'm going to destroy your shit.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
He took his brand new Killdozer, equipped with such essentials as gun turrets and an armored cabin, and gleefully took out his own shop, the concrete company's plant, the mayor's house, city hall, and a police car that had the temerity to try and stop him. Sadly, at the end of the episode of destruction, spotting SWAT officers in his vicinity, Heemeyer put a bullet in his own brain.
But you know, that had to be like an epic last drive, dude. Like,
Fuck
okay,
yeah.
I think
He's
eminent
going out in a
domain
blaze of
is
glory.
like super villainish anyway. Eminent domain is where the government can say, I'm coming in to take your
I
property,
agree.
where your house is, what you live
It is
on,
the
what you worked your
antithesis.
whole entire
Yes.
life for.
Yes.
You've worked, you know, most of the time they're elderly people that are almost have it paid off or have it paid off.
Yep.
So government comes in and says, I'm going to file eminent domain on your property. Well, that's
first
not fair. So you don't have a
First they try to
choice.
trick you and tell you, we would like to buy your land.
You do not have a choice.
And then they say, no, I don't want to sell my land.
So that's
Okay,
supervillain
well then-
stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
So they took this guy's shop. So what'd he do?
And that's the antithesis.
You
of-
have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So he tore down his own damn shop. He tore down everything else.
That's the antithesis of what the forefathers wanted to. Private property was one of the most sacred things when they were talking about life and liberty and all that shit. Private property is an important thing. People need to understand that.
You
don't
live
have
to
any
buy
freedom.
your own
Exactly.
property.
You don't have any freedom if you don't have your own private property.
Yep.
Richard Kuklinski. This
The
guy was
Iceman.
fucking brutal, man. Fucking brutal. Mafia dude. He got his nickname from his formative killing years, where he experimented with freezing his victims' corpses in an ice cream van in order to throw off forensic investigators. Wow. Didn't work. He was a hitman for the mob, using all kinds of interesting and downright twisted methods to kill his victims, including feeding them to rats,
No way.
sprinkling cyanide on their food, injecting them with cyanide, covering them with cyanide. Basically, he'd give anything a shot, especially if it involved cyanide.
Dude, where did he get all this cyanide from?
I don't know. After he'd been caught by authorities, Kuklinski was convinced to testify against his mob employers, but died before he got to trial.
They killed him.
Of course they did.
They killed him.
I think back in those days, though, it was easy to get cyanide.
What? I mean, where you get it from?
This was
Like
like
a
in the 50s
drugstore?
and 60s. I wouldn't surprise me. He probably went to the goddamn hardware store.
That's like
'Cause
rat poison. They're like boxes
they
and boxes. I got a lot of rats.
I believe cyanide was in rat poison back in those days.
So you just buy
Yeah.
800 boxes of
Yeah.
rat poison?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's crazy.
Vladimir Kozak, a.k.a. the Hypno Heister.
Ooh.
The man from Moldova apparently spent his 2005 waltzing into banks, putting the staff into a hypnotic state and telling them to hand over large wads of cold hard cash.
Wow.
He was believed to have stolen tens of thousands of dollars from various banks, just using some form of technique involving eye contact. Frankly, it'd be weird if he was a shy hypnotist. The bank employees were reportedly unable to resist Kozak's powers.
Wow.
No reports suggesting that Kozak had been apprehended, but the police advised all the nation's bank tellers to refrain from making eye contact with any visitors, which is a customer service policy anybody who has worked with the public can get behind.
What?
Wow. That's interesting.
That's interesting right there. I'd like to know what he did. That's like the movie you're talking about, that they played the movie and everybody got angry and hurt each other, and then it disappeared.
Yes.
So it's some kind of hypnotic suggestion that he's mastered.
Mass suggestion,
and then that video is mastered. Yeah, that's wild. That would be cool superpower to have.
That would be. Joseph Konopka, that was what I was talking about earlier.
I know, so you're him.
Yeah.
That's
Joseph
what you'd be.
Konopka, a.k.a. Dr. Chaos. When you stand up and give yourself a name like Dr. Chaos, you're giving yourself a lot to live up to.
Oh, shit.
General Disarray is a better name.
No.
That's from South Park. You're basically announcing to the world that you're out to cause the kind of mayhem that makes society crumble. For no clear reason, and even the investigators say they still don't understand him, Konopka got up one morning and decided to quit his well-paid computer admin job and recruit young followers via the internet, calling them the Realm of Chaos. He and his villainous cadre then went out and committed various sabotage attacks on utility services, causing approximately $3 million of damage. When the police caught up with him, he was stockpiling cyanide in the tunnels of the Chicago subway system, which really suggests Konopka had some big, scary plans in mind.
Wow.
He must have just, snapped. He lost it.
Yeah. I worry about you doing that.
Something happened.
To where you have to, the utility bill is too high, and then you're just like...
That's like, one of my old band members murdered his wife.
What?
Okay? And this was 4 years ago, I think.
Shit.
Okay? So all the old band members, we hadn't talked in a while, all had a conference call one day because we were blown away about what happened. And every single one of those motherfuckers was like, Billy, we thought you'd be the one to do something like that.
Thank you.
Fuck you guys, man. I'm a nice guy. I would never fucking kill someone like that. And I would not, well, I don't know about this. I might do it.
I was going to say, dude, you were in denial.
It would really have to make
okay, there's a 12-step program.
Yeah. I would have to be like Michael Douglas's character in Falling Down. It would just be cumulative, just piled on. Well, that's our
Thanks
show.
For listening, guys. We love you guys. Thank you.
These were good.
Tell everybody.
If you guys want to send us an email, it is thedeadtimeradio@gmail.com, and let us know what you think. Send us stories, give us feedback, tell us you love us, tell us you hate us. We'll see you soon.